Now it's time to look at some functions for plotting images in the CODD system. Now there are three main plotting routines for images. Let's go up to the image menu, take a look at the plotting submenu. So we want to look at multiplot, selected core images, and append images. And we're going to start out with append images. So we're going to do 1338A. We want a new image. We'll go 0 to, let's say 100%, S2, and we want the axis to be depth. So let's continue. There we are. Let's just change that axis range, depth. Let's go 0 tab 100. There we go. Okay, so now we've got all the images from a single whole done with append image. And if we wanted to add more, make some room for it. Let's see. Axis, let's go 0 to 50. And now, if we go to image plotting, append images. Now we want to append B, and we will do 51 to 100. I like to leave one little space between core images. It's depth again. It's going to be the same axis. There we are. Now it looks to me like one of these, A, is CCSF, but B is CSF. So let's go quick up to CODD image processing, CSF to CCSF 38B, and there we go. Now we can see that things are pretty well lined up, or missing. You can see why splicing is important. Here's a dark layer, must represent some sort of event. It's almost totally missing from the A core, and it's completely recovered in the B. So that's append image. And that will append all the images from a whole. Now, these images make for a large plot. So sometimes you'll only want to be looking at 3 or 4 cores. So there's a nice way to do that. Go to the data browser, select however many images you want to look at. Go up CODD image, plotting. Now you want to append selected core images. It's going to be new, and let's do it. And we'll zoom 0 to 100 this time. There we go. And then finally, let's get rid of this guy. If you want to plot multiple holes at the same time, you've seen this already with data plotting. Go to plotting, core image multiplot. So here we have the semicolon separated list of holes, size, depth. We'll make a new one, and we're not going to leave room for appending the splice image at this moment. There we go. Okay, there's core image multiplot, and let's go up to plotting, change depth axis, 100. I think I'll just make this 0 for the moment. Image processing, CSF to CCSF, C. There we go. All right, so that's the 3 images plotting routines. There's one more thing that's nice to know. Plotting, go to add core tags. This will actually tell the tag where to appear relative to the upper left corner. So you can play with that if you want to move it around. Most people just have it in the upper left corner anyway. So let's do this. Now you can see we actually have the identities of each of these cores. there we go. If you want to get rid of those, you can go up to CODD image, plotting, and remove the cortex. The images, as you just saw, actually use the same x-axis changing functions as data. That is, change the x-axis range, which changes all the x-axes of images that are open in your experiment, or in the age or depth axis range, where you can choose depth or age or actually another axis. You know, if you want to add some data, just for the heck of it, let's do that. Let's do CODD data, plotting. We're going to append data. Let's see, let's say our old friend GRA. And the data also are GRA. Axis portion for C is 66 to 100. The y-axis is going to be on the right. It's the depth, and it's CCSF. And there we go. That's how you're plotting data on top of images.